שלום עליכם גשקן موقع به انا ایوان کارمن مورد قبول مشن اقاتوخون آلده سامت خورز دیلنایه من شوتا پوتت اترای ترلوک امی ایله Honorable Assemblyman Heath Flora قیومه قاده Assembly District تریسر یده قلونیت بخایق گاو و دبرانت شوتا پوته قبلا مشنه و بیتری شانه ترجمه خلالی قاروخون. Welcome, Assemblyman.
It's great to be here.
It's always a pleasure to have you at our Civic Center, at our different commemorations and events. And I would like to also have President Sam David welcome you and our viewers in both languages.
Perfect.
Thank you, Carmen. First in English, Assemblyman, you know how important you are to us, to this district, and we value you and all the work you've done for us for the past 3 years now. We're hoping for longer.
Yes.
So we're counting on that. Yeshchanan Mogebe, Assemblyman Heath Flora, Rabba Menochun, Shimu Shimyutun, Cha Avude Laqadaq Nunidian, Qad Khaderia, Shulan Shapiri Videlqa, Umta Uviel Hayrana bi Hikma resolutions, Qad Uriyuma and Qayin Yukhayusit Kul Khamenan. So Mentatli, we're very appreciative, the viewers and myself and the entire membership. It's important for us to know we have such a strong supporter in Sacramento.
Well, we value the relationship greatly ourselves, so we appreciate your friendship.
Yep, absolutely.
Assemblyman Flora, it's really important for our viewers to recognize and realize that when you were first running for office, which wasn't that long ago, you attended a lot of our events, and you have become very familiar with the values of our community, our strengths, and our challenges as well. And one of the first things that you did was very impressive, where you invited us on the floor of the assembly, and the resolutions that you have presented are so meaningful to our community, and not just locally, but they also have a national meaning for us, which is, of course, first the August 7th Assyrian Genocide Remembrance and the Assyrian New Year. And just to let you know and let our viewers know, both of these resolutions are hanging on the wall here at this facility, at the Assyrian American Civic Club, and for all members of this community and nation to enjoy and take solace that they matter.
They absolutely do. We talked about it, over the last few months, how important it is for just a constant conversation about, these atrocities, that they will never be forgotten. And, some having may seem simple, but having a plaque on the wall with some words on it, it's just a constant reminder of what, the culture's gone through, and what family members have gone through. And, coming from our perspective, it's just a privilege and an honor to be able to do that for you. So we appreciate your relationship.
Absolutely. Mr. Sam David?
Assemblyman, these are not just words. I mean, what you've done is you've accomplished so much for our community in this short period of time. And as the president of this organization, as I talk to my members, my community members, we keep reiterating how important it is to build these relationships throughout the entire country, wherever they're at. But I want to take this a step further to say that what you've done with our community here locally is above and beyond what our expectation was. And it's really important for our viewers to see and hear that we value this relationship even more so than you can imagine. So thank you for what you've done. You've doing fantastic work in Sacramento. You're doing fantastic work here in your district, and we just appreciate having you.
Well, I appreciate those words. It's a great district to represent, and more importantly, the communities within the district is what makes this district so amazing. And so it's an absolute privilege of ours.
Thank you again.
Absolutely.
With your permission. Geshkana Mugebe Ardabranit Shotabuta Miqrasan David Matkhurele. Any resolutions and plaques قد بغزايتون بياشنا مقربة الإقارة بني أمتن لين أخشي خبرانة إنا أها خشفتا أها انطرتا قيومانا دي قال روخت سهدا قد بغزايخ Assemblyman Heath Flora Sacramento مدخوريلي قد كل نخراية قد كل Assemblyman خينة قد بغزايتون كما أنا نقيتلا قد كما أشولا بوش برشلة قماي Assemblyman in closing of this brief conversation, you have been here many times. We've had many conversations. How important is it for our side, which is the members of the community, to engage in civic engagement, and of course the census being one of them, being registered voters, and paying attention to the bills that you help pass at the assembly that affect our everyday lives as well? Because we are not just seeking resolutions from you. We also follow the laws that are being made in Sacramento, whether it's Prop 13, whether it's different propositions that you are supporting. So Real ID is one of them that will impact everybody's life as well. And also the census. Talk a little bit about how important is the census when it comes to healthcare, to education, and all the services that impact constituents in the 12th district.
So I'll take it just one step back. When you originally on the question was talking about how important it is to be engaged. I cannot tell you how incredibly valuable it is for us as elected officials when we have an engaged constituency. Because every day in that state capitol, everybody has an agenda. And everybody's agenda is the most important thing to them in their lives. And things get lost. If there's people that are not constantly fighting for what you believe in, what you need, you're going to get put on the back burner. It's just the way that the building works. I don't necessarily like it. It's just the reality of it. It's just such fast pace. So being involved is incredibly important. And part of that involvement is the census. We as a community for many, many years have been somewhat left out as a Central Valley. Like when you talk about California, you think of the urban centers. You think of the Bay Area, you think of LA, you think of San Diego, which are all great communities, nothing against them. But we as a Central Valley, it's so incredibly important for us to be counted. It's so incredibly important for us to get every single member of our community out there. Because we've talked about this, where next 10 years, there's $20,000 per person that could be lost if they're not counted. That's a big number that can help all of our constituencies going into healthcare, going into childcare, and all of the services the government provides. So it's incredibly important that our community is engaged and they're actively a part of the political system.
Absolutely. And before I ask President Sam David, I wanted to really add to what you said, the importance of engagement, because here at the Assyrian American Civic Club, we are heavily engaged, invested in the census project, the 2020 census, particularly for the hard-to-count communities, the English language learners, those who don't have or might not have access to the internet, and taking the fear away and to educate members of the community by producing public service announcements, whether it's for the Assyrian community and all of our brothers and sisters who, as you know, as diverse as we are. So we're really immersed in the 2020 census. And Sam David, would you like to let our viewers know exactly the rate of how close we are to completing this task, to fulfill this civic responsibility?
Absolutely, Carmen. I'm going to say this in Assyrian for our Assyrian viewers. كشخانا المغرب عادية Assemblyman Flora متخرقة كما أنا نقيتها بنيتت ناشط قدا قانونية بخاينة بريشايت قديم قدا قانونية قاكود خابر سوبا شي تتريل بدولار قاوسراشن أها بتبيشة بالله بريشان قبتوية قاكود ناشا سريال بي سو صلمنا قد الباقيانا احنا نلخ بنية أنا باينا 3 مليون $3 مليون قال باقيانا قدني أسراشن نغزي مكما هايريات كم سيهابي مدرسة نيال سوران دوكت مرسخانا كل خا من دي قد تخميني تنسير البداية سنسس ها أتركود أسراشن كي بانيلون برناشو إيتو تادية إن أخنا أخ أطراي إتلن أو برسد إجازة لا أنجا غاتوراي كل خيان دقنونية قد بيشخ مديو بيشخ بنية إن لا بيشخ بنية لباني الله. So Rabbi Nanqetela, Assemblyman, I was just explaining the importance of being counted.
Yeah.
If you're not counted, you're unaccounted.
Absolutely.
You know, so there's districting that's involved.
Yes.
There's schools. There's medical facilities.
Yes.
There's all kinds of things that are directly tied to the census, and our commitment as an organization here is not just for the Assyrian people, but it's for all of the other minorities.
Right.
We will be setting up a hub here, a computer lab for those that cannot, because most of this year's census will be online.
Yeah.
So we have computers ready, prepared. We're going to be setting up a lab. So where people from the community, not just Assyrians, but other community members can come in and we can assist them in getting them prepared to fill out that paperwork, which is so vital for our economy and for our community.
Absolutely. Completely agree.
Absolutely. Thank you both, gentlemen. I really appreciate the input, the importance of what it is. We've done our part, and we're inviting every member of the community, whether it's through different languages, and really to humanize the census. Like you said, whether it's healthcare, education, schools, roads. But Assemblyman, as you know, we face an affordable housing crisis, not just in California, but in our region. And Section 8 is one of those federally funded programs that affect every member of this community. And if we lose that, that is really going to wreak havoc, as they say, in our community.
Right.
So that's one of the important things that we really have to make sure that every member of our community understands.
Right.
And through education and public service announcements, we want to make it easier to participate to ensure an accurate count.
Absolutely.
In closing, gentlemen, is there anything you would like to leave our viewers with?
It's just a privilege to be with both of you again. You know, I value this relationship dearly. So thank you again for the invitation, and I look forward to coming back again.
The pleasure is ours, Assemblyman.
Pleasure.
Yes, as I ditto that, Carmen. This is a great relationship with Assemblyman Heath, Flora, and his staff. I mean, they've been nothing but generous and with their time and their commitment to this community. نوم تبين مدنا قد كما أنا نقيت لك يبل تشغلت من ناش السلطان دي أنجدا قانونية. عدي ترانا بتيخي نقاطا قد جزيتو هجدان ليبا بتيخي. Have a basima Heath, Flora, و بالآخر ديو أني تقديو آفسينا خميقرا كوبر كانت قد رابا جاها خزيوتون بالهيرانا قاتان رابا نقيتها لقد يتخلق عمندي والشركة قدا سنسز قد كلن هويا هيران تق لا أنجا خاص أترايديان قد كل ديستريكت 12 ين بسمت كاليفورنيا قد أخنا بخير جابو.
Thank you again, Assemblyman Heath, Flora, for always finding time and being attentive to the needs of the Assyrian community.